Hey guys, All in Crypto here, and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, for another YouTube video. I hope you've all had a great day so far. Today we're going to be diving back into the weird and wonderful world of CNFTs. You guys know that we said every single day this month we were going to try and cover a different CNFT project. Since I said that, I've become increasingly busy with a number of things, but we are still going to try and persevere with our Cardano NFT awareness campaign. I think this is a very undervalued an unappreciated space that is really yet to benefit from any kind of serious volume. And I think potentially early adopters may do very well. That's certainly proven to be true already with the Cardano CNFT space. And I think that may be a trend that we see continue. So today we're going to be diving into the Smooth Yeti Mountain Club. Now, I'm a hodler when it comes to CNFTs. You know, if I see a CNFT project that I like, I'll hodl it into the future. My brother, however, is a trader. He is far more savvy in the CNFT space than I am. He's often one of the individuals that I get a lot of my information from, as he is in these markets, in all of the discords, keeping up to date with all the mints and everything. And I know in regards to the Yeti, Yeti Mountain Club, he actually wished that he hadn't sort of traded them as early as he had and held on to them a little bit, as they've seen quite a bit of price appreciation recently. So we are going to be diving into these. You guys know the formats by now, or the format of these videos. Essentially, I've reviewed them, gone over a number of different materials in regards to the Smooth Yeti Mountain Club. I've comprised some notes. I'm going to be reading from the notes and showing you guys some relevant footage in association with it. Like, we're going to talk about some of the rarities. Some of these are going for some pretty big money already, ladies and gentlemen. And that's one of the wonderful things with the CNFT space. If you mint, certainly if you mint multiple, you do have a chance, albeit potentially a small one in some cases, of minting a super rare CNFT. And then they sell for the likes of 100k. Now, these haven't sold yet, but some of them have sold for some significant money, certainly a lot more than the mint price. It's one thing that I certainly try and do in the CNFT space. But my brother, I mean, he's the ultimate when it comes to these, in not just the Smooth Yeti Mountain Club, but CNFTs in general, because it's what he does. You know, he trades them essentially. So let's dive into the Smooth Yeti Mountain Club. This is their website. They should really have maybe made this a different color because it can be quite hard to see. Maybe I'm blind, I don't know. Leave your opinion in the comment section. They have indeed minted, so let's get in. Let's talk, first of all, about these guys. So, happy Wednesday evening, everybody, and welcome back to another dose of CNFT chatter. Continuing in the spirit of covering much requested projects, today we will be talking about the ins and outs of the Smooth Yeti Mountain Club, rising through the ranks quickly and gaining a loyal following along the way. It's easy to see why many people are such a big fan of the Smooth Yeti MC. With 7,500 distinct generated NFTs living it up on the Cardano blockchain, these guys are following suit with many popular collections at the moment, combining insanely high quality artwork with a transparent project that has a loyal community to back it up. I've really enjoyed looking into these guys. Let's dive in to a little bit about the project and look at what's to come for the rest of the year. So we're going to move on to rarities, guys. Essentially, they have a lot of rarities, and depending on the, you know, with CNFTs, typically the rarer the CNFT, the more money it goes for. Now, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but this is typically the case, and you can see that's certainly the case with these guys. But they do have a long list of rarities, and we'll quickly go through them to kind of give you guys an idea of what is sort of the rarest currently. So rarities, before we get into the numbers over on OpenCNFT, let's take a minute to look over some of the rarest traits your lucky Yeti can have. Although rarities are of course highly sought after, as always in the NFT space, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, and nonetheless, prices are always subjective. With that said, let's get into the top flexes for your Yetis, for your Smooth Yetis. So if you're lucky enough to have a forest background, then you're one of the 1.07% elite with only 80 in existence. The rarest bodywear for your Yeti is a hazard suit with only 0.35% receiving one. In true CNFT style, the rarest and most sought after eyes are, of course, rainbow lasers. Very common trait with the laser eyes, by the way, guys. With only 52 of those guys rocking them. Faceware wise, the rarest trait is the VR headset. Of course, that's also quite a common trait with a lot of these CNFT projects. With a tiny 0.6% receiving one. And when it comes to fur, unsurprisingly, the rarest is a diamond. Is diamond with only 71 Yetis having it. Getting into headwear, the rarest you can find in the space is the space helmet, of course, with a rarity of 0.4%. Last but not least, we have the diamond horns and a diamond grill taking up the rarest spot for horns and mouths, both with the rarity score of 0.9%. Goes without saying, Yetis love their ice. So that were the notes that I had on it. You can see you've got the spacesuit here, you've got the grills. You know, these are some of the most sort of sought after VR headset. Halo, quite a common trait. You've got the wings as well. Quite a common traits with CNFTs. They do well and typically define. That one's actually quite a cool one. They do have very cool artwork. They've got games and all sorts coming in the future, so they're kind of a play-to-earn game among other things. They're also incorporating metaverse and, of course, their own token. So it's a super cool project, guys, and these are, of course, your rarities all laid out for you. So a very transparent website, which, of course, I like. And the price was 25.80. So I think my brother was flipping these, minting them for 25, and I think he was flipping them for 60, 50, 60.80. So I'm sure he wished that he had held now with them at a floor price of 175. But that's where our strategies differ. You guys know I'm a hodler. You know, if I like a CNFT product, I'll buy it and hodl it. Whereas he likes to sort of flip them and get that sort of fast return, which is nothing wrong with. Everyone's got their own strategy. But it is what it is, certainly when the price goes up. So let's dive over to OpenSea, guys. Take a little look at some stats. They are currently 42nd in terms of overall volume. That is over 30 days. We'll move it to all. Still the same. They're actually not got a huge distribution. So there's not a massive amount of hodlers given the actual amount of mint. So there's quite a few people with numerous Yetis, which is always the case. They are selling pretty consistently, and a lot of these are going for over 200, which is certainly a good sign. Maybe a kind of indicator to where the price potentially is going, but that is 100% not financial advice. They've done very well, like I said, but I think my brother was flipping them around about here, and ultimately they've gone on to do very well after he minted them to it. So still made a profit, but he was kind of a little bit gutted. I do remember that from our phone conversation, not that I remember much of it. I try and blur out as much as I can. But anyway, so the roadmap. Let's dive into the roadmap, guys. Let's click on roadmap, and you've got an overview here. I've of course done my own notes, which I'll read out. We'll talk about the team, and we'll talk about some closing thoughts, and then we'll wrap this video up. So the roadmap, one of the best aspects to this particular project has to be their honest, to the point roadmap that shows us exactly what they've got in store for us in 2022. So without further ado, let's get into it. The first quarter of this year would see the initial and much anticipated mint of 7,500 Yetis, which happened at the end of last month, so the end of February. And they would also be throwing plenty of giveaways into the mix too. If you're quick, you can head over to their Twitter, which is at SmoothYetiMC. I will show you that now. And as they are currently doing a giveaway as we speak, so this is their giveaway. Always take part on the Twitter giveaway, guys, because you may win one, and it's free essentially. You know, and it costs nothing. Tag me if you haven't got 3 friends. Use me as your friend. You can find me at Real All in Crypto. I don't mind being the person that you use to tag at all. And of course, you can win a Yeti. So always take part in those, guys. Doesn't cost you anything. And don't think that, you know, people will think anything of you for taking part. I mean, even sometimes I do on NFTs that I like. Why wouldn't you? In the first quarter, they also released their rarity chart, which would briefly touch on, as well as early support as coin mint, which we briefly touched on, as well as early support in coin mint. The second quarter will be serving up a special edition limited mint, as well as exclusive merch design for you lucky Yeti holders. The third quarter will see the creation of their dollar Yeti currency, along with the introduction of tokenomics and LP staking. You can also look forward to their play to earn game and even mini games being added to their already awesome website. And this is the website. And if that wasn't enough, they'll be having another special edition limited mint in the third quarter also. Then we have the fourth quarter, arguably one of the most exciting. Not only will they be introducing new website features, but they'll be having yet another special edition mint. You guys want mints? Smooth Yeti has you covered this year. But no, that's not all. In the fourth quarter, we will also be graced with the land sale of the Yetiverse. I don't know about you, but I'll certainly be keeping a close eye on Smooth Yeti MC over the course of this year. I absolutely will. Metaverse is a common trend with these NFT projects. I've covered that many of them now and certainly been around in the space for a while. I've got a really good understanding, or at least I believe, I suppose it's up to you guys to decide whether I have a good understanding of CNFTs or not. Let's talk about the team very quickly, and then we're going to wrap things up with some closing thoughts, and I will love and leave you to your Wednesday. So this is the team. You've got Keeper and Pablo. No affiliation to Pablo Escobar. So, yeah. Before we wrap things up, let's take a quick look into the two masterminds behind Smooth Yetis. First, we have Keeper, who has over 7 years experience in marketing and management and takes care of marketing, artistic and project direction. Then we have Pablo. Pablo has 5 years experience in the cryptocurrency space and over 12 years of development experience. He's in charge of everything development-wise, even including the mint script, the NFTs themselves, and the website. Surprisingly, this is actually both Keeper and Pablo's very first cryptocurrency project. Talking about a dynamic duo. Keep up the excellent work, guys. And genuinely, you guys have done quite well, given where your mountain Yeti is so far. It is certainly cool artwork, and there are some cool features that go with it. So on some closing thoughts, and with that, we have the end of our first ever video covering the Smooth Yeti Mountain Club. I have really enjoyed looking into this project, and we'll be watching these guys very, very closely. They are gaining a very loyal following, which is always really nice to see. And if you guys want another video, make sure you tag these guys and share, like, and comment on these if you are a Yeti holder. I'm really going to love and leave you on that note, guys. Of course, as always, if you've enjoyed this content, a like is always appreciated. So is a comment. I look forward to seeing you all in the next YouTube video. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen.